there's a new trend that I'm seeing from patients, and of course it tends to be the younger ones, and it's getting a little bit scary where either the injector or even surgeon has said no for whatever reason. It might be completely reasonable, or they get an outcome that they don't agree with, and then they sort of go on TikTok or Instagram and do a story about how terrible their work is, or how, you know, the outcome wasn't satisfactory. And it's almost like public execution of the practitioner. It's interesting what you mentioned about you know, saying no and stuff. There's a new trend that I'm seeing from patients, and of course it tends to be the younger ones, and it's getting a little bit scary where either the injector or even surgeon has said no for whatever reason. It might be completely reasonable, or they get an outcome that they don't agree with, and then they sort of go on TikTok or Instagram and do a story about how terrible their work is, or how, you know, the outcome wasn't satisfactory. And it's almost like public execution of the practitioner through social media. And, you know, I don't know whether we have to take, you know, the benefits of social media with what, you know, we're doing and all the great stuff that we showcase with the bad. I don't know. It's a bit like taking a bad Google review, but amplifying it.
Right.
And
wow. I didn't
yeah,
know that was a thing
recently. Yeah. So there was one here in Sydney. A young girl had threads for fox eyes with a cosmetic surgeon. And it looked crap. And she had these lumps and she had severe swelling. And, you know, she basically aired all of the dirty laundry through TikTok. And wasn't just one post. It was like a whole story of like a month of her downtime and what was agreed and refunds. And I thought, oh, gee, like just, I don't know, you wouldn't want that. And, you know, and from a patient's perspective, you know, you would be very upset with the surgeon showcased and sort of revealed or you know, revealed your confidentiality as well. I think that trust has to go both ways.
Yeah, I know. I think something has to happen with that. But I mean, you know, I have a surgeon friends, I mean, a few friends who've just been destroyed by this kind of thing, right? It is so unfair. It is so one-sided that they can just, you know, go out there and just ruin your reputation. But here comes really paying attention. Yes, bad things can happen, right? But really paying attention and being selective of the clients you choose to treat. You gotta, you know, like that feeling, you gotta freaking listen to it, right? And my staff are good, picking up those signs, right? But I don't know, I mean, you can get trashed on Yelp and Google and and I can't wait to retire.
I think practitioners are getting better at saying no to clients who they don't think are aligned with their aesthetic sensibilities or what they think's sensible for that person's face. I talked to a lot of injectors in the industry, and it seems to be that they're getting a lot more comfortable saying, "Look, I'm not the injector for you." I don't think
I have to tell you a story about the last time I said that to a client.
Yes, it doesn't often go well.
It doesn't often go well, and it didn't. So she decided she was going to trash me on Yelp and say that I just didn't have the skills, right, to treat her.
So she came in for just maybe give us a bit of background. So she came in.
She had come in for treatment. She was like flying from somewhere, came in for treatment, and I'm picking up things psychologically, right? I know the type, and I knew, like, she'd gone to 5 people before who was, you know, the story. Like, oh my God, okay, now you're gonna come. Oh great. Now it was like gonna next to be guillotined. So really conversation, and they're completely normal appearing, right? The whole conversation. And I had kept saying no. She had gone somewhere. Then I did a little bit of something, and then she flew back home, went to one of my friends, and then got it all dissolved, came back to me, telling me to And basically she needed a little lift. Fillers were never going to lift her face, right?
Mhm.
So she trashed me saying that I don't have the skill, and that she does not think she needs to lift, facelift. It's not what she's asking for. So anyway, I got trashed on Yelp, back and forth. And that's what you get for saying no.
Yeah. Do you think that in retrospect you would have said no and not done anything? Because you sort of,
I mean, it was so little, like it was like a 0.2 of a syringe in the lips.
yeah.
Wow.
But I guess from that patient's perspective, even though
Yes.
it's completely unrealistic, that
Yes.
she goes home disappointed because the
Right.
who didn't do what she wanted.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean,
Right.
I guess, and I've learned the same experience of you. I've tried to meet them, not even halfway, just do a little bit to sort of get them out the door, I guess.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work, because then you've basically said, yes, I can deliver, and you didn't. Whereas it's easy to say, I can't deliver. I think,
No, I've told her, look, I am not going to lift your face. But the thing is, here we go. We're talking about that 0.001% of people. And most of our patients are so amazing. They're like, so absolutely fabulous. And we have so many laughs and giggles, and, it's joy. And I mean, it really is. But so don't even talk about but those are the ones that bury us.
Thanks so much for watching the podcast clip. You can listen to the whole audio episode of the podcast on your favorite podcast app, on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And please also leave us a review on the podcast app.
If you like what we do, please smash the like button, consider subscribing to the channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you get notified when we release new content.